This is the Insta360 GO Ultra, but how well does it compare to an iPhone? For full transparency here, the GO Ultra was provided directly by Insta360. This is not a sponsored video, so I haven't received any money for the unit, but the unit was provided directly by Insta360, just so you're aware. And the whole premise of this video is a comparison. So they really wanted to challenge me to compare it to an iPhone. Most people have some decent phone in their pocket that has a decent camera, but is it worthwhile getting a standalone camera system here, or can you just get away with your iPhone in most scenarios? I love the premise of this comparison here. This will be a review as well, so I'll be talking through all my experiences with the unit. Insta360 has been a brand that I've been very excited about for quite some time now. They create some awesome products, and they've been in the market for quite some time innovating in different spaces. I remember originally seeing the GO Ultra and just being fascinated by that magnetic design. I love the concept of a removable camera that's this thin and this small that can just go anywhere, and then having a live feed. So at any point I can see what's going on, change modes, record, do whatever. And I love the fact that the camera itself is magnetic. So I can magnetically connect it up to a car, pole, any sort of metal surface that's magnetized. We're gonna be fine. Now, when it comes to an iPhone, you probably know that it's just a reliable camera system. Video quality's fine, stabilization is decent, and it can capture some great videos and photos. Now, you do get that as the ease of use. You can just have it in your pocket at all times. Most people have their phones with them. I don't know people that leave without their phones nowadays, so that's just a thing that you have with you, and it's got decent video. But like I said, you've got a very unique design here with the GO Ultra. So it's kind of like a lifestyle camera. It's perfect for travel, and it's also an action camera with a modular system. So it's kind of a hybrid, lots of different things going on here. And so that's what this whole video is all about. I really want to talk through whether it's worthwhile having a standalone dedicated camera system compared to an iPhone. Like, how does this compare to an iPhone? What are you getting here that's unique? And is it something that you can weave into your workflow or take with you on your next trip somewhere? Throughout this video, you'll see a lot of comparisons. You'll see a lot of side-by-sides where you'll see the iPhone footage, and you'll also see footage from the GO Ultra as well. Straight off the bat, I noticed that stabilization was just significantly better on the GO Ultra. There'll be some footage that you'll see now of us like jogging down some stairs, and you can just see that the iPhone is struggling. It's got built-in stabilization, and it looks fine, but you can see the difference here with the GO Ultra. Now let's have a look at the microphone quality from both systems. So we're going to jump into some footage here, and you'll see how the microphones built in to each unit compare. This is an audio test between the iPhone 14 and the Insta360 GO Ultra. So we're going to jump between the two audio sources here. This is the iPhone 14, which I'd expect to be pretty passable in most sort of scenarios here. I'm actually expecting the Insta360 GO Ultra to be better just because of the placement of the microphone and the way it's designed. But you let me know in the comments below which one sounds better in this scenario. This is an audio test between the iPhone 14 and the Insta360 GO Ultra. So we're going to jump between the two audio sources here. This is the iPhone 14, which I'd expect to be pretty passable in most sort of scenarios here. I'm actually expecting the Insta360 GO Ultra to be better just because of the placement of the microphone and the way it's designed. But you let me know in the comments below which one sounds better in this scenario. If you are interested in the Insta360 GO Ultra, then I will have some links down below. They are affiliate links, so it does help out the channel. So thank you so much if you do use any links down there. But check them out, see what this camera system's all about if you haven't already seen it, and there will be some details down below to check out. So check all of those out, and if you've got any questions, definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll help you out. With the GO Ultra being an action camera or a lifestyle camera, there's a lot of different mounting options, a lot of different accessories that you can get for this unit. So there's head mounts, chest mounts, you can mount it to a pole, there's a microphone from Insta360 that you can use here, a bunch of other mounting options as well, even like a neck mount with, you know, charging options. There's just so much going on here. So that's what makes this a unique offering. Yes, you can get accessories for an iPhone, but it's just kind of a different vibe, a different workflow. So this being dedicated as a camera system works really well with a bunch of accessories. The video comparisons here are all shot in 4K 25 frames per second on the Insta360 and my iPhone. So you'll see truly like which one stands out the best here. Stabilization is enabled throughout every video. We've got the slow motion as well, which happens. There's also some slow motion footage as well, which looks really cool. My friend doing a flip off a swing, which just looks hectic. And on that note, I want to give a massive shout out to Jesse, who actually helped with a lot of the video content for this project here. Diving a little deeper into the Go Ultra, like I said, it is a standalone camera system here. So it's designed to have a hands-free point of view perspective when you're using different accessories, which is perfect for capturing lifestyle moments. So stuff with the family, stuff when you're traveling. Yes, you can do it on an iPhone, and most people do, and it's fine. But having something hands-free that's just ready to go at all times, you can have that live video feed, so you can have, you know, the camera mounted up to something like some sort of head mount, for example, but then you've still got this so you can see how the framing's looking, and you can change the settings, change modes, whatever. Really easy to do, and a lot easier than having an iPhone with you and thinking constantly about recording stuff, getting it out, framing it, whatever it may be. The Go Ultra is unbelievably light. You can't even notice it when it's mounted onto you. It can capture 4K up to 60 frames per second, which is incredible. And because of the design, you can mount it in some weird and wacky places, which I love to see. The Go Ultra even performs really well in low light. It's got a standalone low light mode, and the sensor is a 1/1.2 inch sensor. So great in all sorts of scenarios, and I'm impressed with the video quality from the Go Ultra. But you would kind of expect that really at this price point, and as technology is advancing, cameras are just getting better. Now, they say you can get up to 200 minutes of battery life. That obviously depends on what mode you're in, what stabilization you've got going on, the brightness of the screen. All of that is going to affect the battery life. But I was really impressed with the battery life here. I also really like the workflow here, because straight when you connect up the camera system, it will actually start charging it if there's anything in the action pod here. And just so you know, that's what it's called. This is the action pod, and basically if this has got charge and this is running low after being out of the action pod, it will start charging it straight when it connects up. There's a bunch of different modes on the Go Ultra, too many for me to even cover in this video, but there's a bunch of quick capture options. You've got voice controls, gesture controls. You can also go into vertical mode, so you can capture all your social media content directly from it, and then go into that landscape for maybe some YouTube content. To be completely honest with you, I was actually a little bit overwhelmed with how many modes are available on the Go Ultra. So you'll see some footage now of all the different modes that are available, but you got star lapse, you got burst photo, slow motion, loop recording, time lapse, time shift, toddler titan, pure video, free frame video. There's just so much, right? There's photo options, all sorts of things in here. You can customize the stabilization. You can also customize the field of view, so you can go with more of a neutral shot or a wider shot. There's just so many different options as well when it comes to framing with the camera. From what I could see here, the video quality was similar between my iPhone 14 and the Go Ultra. I wouldn't say the Go Ultra blew the iPhone out of the water, and I wouldn't say the iPhone blew the Go Ultra out of the water. They're quite similar when it comes to video quality, quite similar when it comes to just what it can capture, right? Like even with the iPhone, I went in 0.5 mode, so I went with that wide perspective to match the wide on this. And they both look quite similar when it comes to video quality. I do like how the Go Ultra captures colors though, and there's a bunch of different options as well for how you want the video to look, which is similar on an iPhone as well, but I was quite impressed with the color profile here, how it actually captured the color, and just the overall video quality from this unit. For being such a small camera system, again, tiny, it does a great job of capturing in really any sort of lighting scenario. Like I said earlier, the stabilization was far superior on the Go Ultra. The different field of view options, far superior again on the Go Ultra. When it comes to the usability as well, like if we're talking as a standalone camera system, if you're out and about traveling or it's a lifestyle camera or whatever it may be, something like this is just better than having an iPhone. The fact that I can mount it to my head, have this as the view, and then change things as we're going, frame it up, whatever, you can't get that on an iPhone. Like imagine having this mounted to your chest or to your head, just not gonna do the same perspective. And yes, you can do this, and yes, you can film moments, but you're kind of out of the moment when you have an iPhone because you're looking at the video, you're missing what's happening. So I find something like this where it is a hands-free option, you can mount it up and not have to worry about it. That makes it a lot more, I guess, genuine in the moment. Like you're capturing the moment, but you're still in the moment. That's what I really love about something like this. Now, I will say the responsiveness of the touchscreen on the Go Ultra is really impressive. As we all know, iPhones have a great touchscreen. There's nothing that we need to question about that. But with the Go Ultra, it's extremely responsive. Like I was blown away with how easy it is to navigate. Like if we compare it to some of the other major brands that they're doing action cameras, these guys are doing it really well. It's hyper responsive. I really do love all the options that are available through the user interface here. They haven't like limited it or made it too simple. Like I said before, it is a little overwhelming. There's a lot to learn here, but I love that they've just given us so much control, so many features that it's kind of up to the user. You know, if you want to dive into it, you can get even more out of the system, or you can just use it as a standalone out of the box, not change too much, and you're still going to be impressed with it. So there's a lot of customization options here. The standalone camera system is waterproof, so that means up to 10 meters, this guy is designed to be in the water. iPhones can handle a drop in the water, but they're not designed to be underwater. So again, that's where an action camera or a lifestyle camera, again, really stands out over something like an iPhone. The Action Pod is even splash proof. So if you are out and about filming and there's a bit of water that splashes or light rain, it's going to be fine in that kind of scenario as well. This is not waterproof though, so do not chuck this in the water, but still cool to have it as a weatherproof kind of option here. The Go Ultra can capture slow motion at 2.7K up to 120 frames per second. So that's really nice to have that slow motion option there. There's portrait mode as well. You've got loop recording, all of those modes, like I said, they've got all different options, but overall it's a 4K camera system with HDR, and then in slow motion, it's a 2.7K camera system. As a standalone camera system and a review just of the unit on its own, isolated away from any other perspective, this is a great camera system. They've done a great job here of creating something that's modular, that's reliable, that's feature-packed, and does everything you need it to do as a lifestyle camera, travel camera, action camera. Really great stuff here. Love the screen, love the video quality, and love all the options that are available. But when we start to compare it with something like an iPhone that most people might already have, it becomes a little bit more tricky to recommend, because in a lot of scenarios, people who are traveling or doing lifestyle content still use an iPhone to this day and they're happy with it. I know a bunch of people that just use their iPhone for their content. The footage looks great and they're happy with it. They probably haven't even considered getting something else. So where does the Go Ultra actually come in? Now, I think there's a few scenarios where it becomes a viable option for people. One of them is travel. You know, when you want to be in the moment, you don't want to worry about like looking at the perspective through the phone. That's where this is cool, right? You can just have it on your head and you can just capture as you go. You don't have to worry about it. It's perfect for that. That's what a lot of action cameras are used for, and I think it's great. The other part where I think this becomes a viable option is to create some more unique perspectives in your videos. So for those creative shots where you want to mount this somewhere unique, or you want to do something that you wouldn't be able to do with an iPhone, like it's so small, compact, and easy to mount up, you can mount it to something like a skateboard, for example. You wouldn't even know it's on there. It's so small. That's something you wouldn't be doing with an iPhone. Or the example is like in a washing machine, you just magnetically connect it to the back. Again, a very unique perspective. It's a waterproof system. You're not doing that with an iPhone. That's where the Go Ultra really stands out. If you want something unique, if you want to capture some different perspectives that you wouldn't be able to with an iPhone, and you want to take your productions to the next level, something like this is cool to have in your kit, because you can get unique stuff that you can't get really on any camera system. The video quality is still incredible. You get great battery life, and you got a modular system. So at any point you just connect it up and then continue capturing content. Even for like selfie content like this, it's so easy. I've got a full screen here that I can just look at. So it frames it up, it puts a box around my head so it knows that I'm, you know, it's tracking me as the perspective. But it's just so simple for stuff like that. If you just want to use it for vlogging, if you are traveling, again, a lot easier than having an iPhone, because imagine filming like that. You want that rear camera, you have no idea how it's framed. That is just completely resolved here with the Go Ultra. It definitely is an interesting comparison because it doesn't replace an iPhone. It's kind of like an addition to your workflow, but I've been impressed with the Go Ultra, and it's a great lifestyle camera that I think a lot of people are gonna love. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of the support, and I'll chat to you very soon. Peace.